Hello, everyone. So let's go for one of the cat verbal ability question. I hope you all are doing well and ready to jump into an exciting topic uh, that we will be focusing on. One of the key type of question you can expect in the um, cat exam, which is nothing but a missing sentence question, isn't it? So these question actually test one's ability to understand the logical flow. Um, of a passage and where a given sentence fits best. So let's walk through this step by step. So imagine uh, you have a passage in front of you like this, but it's incomplete. Why it is incomplete? You can find out that there are four blanks: blank one, blank two, blank three, and blank four, right? So there are four blanks within the passage, and you are given a sentence which is pointed like this, isn't it? So, and your task is to figure out which blank this sentence fit, right, into best, logically completing the nothing but the flow of the passage. Now, these questions are a bit tricky because they test not just your understanding of individual sentences, but how well you hold or grasp the overall coherence, right? Overall coherence and flow of ideas in the passage. So CAT is designed to evaluate your ability to connect ideas. So you can say that what uh, this question type is nothing but a kind of a great example to that. Let's see that uh, if you find such kind of a question, so your priority is called as a means read the passage thoroughly despite the blanks are given. So first read the entire passage without worrying too much about the blank. Get a sense of the what you can say main theme, main main theme. You can also talk about tone, and you can also talk about the structure of the passage. What is the author trying to convey overall, right, or all total? Second is called as when you read the passage, identify the context of the blanks. Identify nothing but the context of the blanks. Look at each blank one by one. What comes before and after each blank? Is there a change in tone or not? So, what is the subject or argument you can say that at any of the points where a blank is placed or not? So, and the third one is known as you can say analyze the given sentence, right? The sentence which is given here, right? Analyze that. Focus on the sentence. What is the main idea or key concept in this sentence? Does it introduce something new or does it build on an idea already mentioned in the passage? Right? That you have to find out. And then after you can say match the sentence to the blank based on the, you can say that flow of ideas and transition, um, and think about where this sentence logically fit, right? Um, does it explain support or contrast with something? Try placing it in each of the four blanks mentally and see where it makes the most sense, right? Let's go to this particular example here or this particular question here. So this question stated that what the prime minister, oh sorry, before that we'll go for the direction. The direction stated that there is a sentence missing in the paragraph below. Look at the paragraph and decide where option one, two, three, or 4 the following sentence would best fit. So let's read that the sentence first, and then after we will go for the paragraph, right? So the sentence at first stated that the prime minister began his speech, right, with a reminder of the nationalist movement that overthrew colonial rule, right? Now, the paragraph stated, imagining national life as a series of contradictions that must be flattened in order to fight for a better economic future is not really a new political strategy. It is, however, one that itself contradicts the imagination of the possibilities of nationhood as a community of maximized public welfare. It would be a tragic mistake, a contradiction, to forget that the moral underpinnings of anti colonialism lay in challenging the view that the colonized deserve to be ruled because the contradictions within them do not allow for self rule. Now, if you see that what before the sentence begins, the blank one that introduces a concept, right? You can say that imagining national life as a series of contradictions that must be flattened in order to strive for a better economic future is not really a new political strategy. So what what we can find out here that it introduces a concept about political strategy, isn't it? So political strategy, and you also find out the contradiction in striving for better economic future, isn't it? So, whereas if you look at the blank two, and after that it is stated, it is, however, one that itself contradict the imagination of the possibility of nationhood as a community of maximized public welfare. Now, this one continues with the idea of contradiction and how they relate to nationhood and public welfare. Blank three, after that it is stated, it would be a tragic mistake or contradiction to forget that the moral underpinnings of anti colonialism lay in challenging the view that the colonized deserved to be ruled because the contradiction within them do not follow or do not allow for self rule, right? So, you can say that it discusses the moral underpinning, right? So, or you can say moral foundation of anti-colonialism, right? So, and it also wants that what wants against forgetting the roots of the movement, right? So, in that case, we can talk about the blank three, which is indicating moral foundation of anti-colonialism and warning against forgetting the roots of the movement. Now, before the blank, it is stated what? Uh, Blank 4 is likely concludes the paragraph, reinforcing the consequences of what? Overlooking the moral underpinning, isn't it? Now, if I talk about the sentence, the Prime Minister began his speech with a reminder of the nationalist movement that overthrew colonial rule. Let's look at the placement of the sentence. So, in blank 1, if we put this particular sentence, so the sentence does not fit here. Why? As it introduces what? It introduces specific historical context, whereas uh, this blank doesn't discuss, or this blank discusses nothing but a, means you can say, general political strategy. General political strategy. So in that case, you cannot say that uh, in sent you can say that the sentence cannot fit in the blank one. Now, if I talk about in blank two, so in blank two, this blank is also about contradiction, contradiction in nationhood and welfare, isn't it? Nationhood and welfare, you can say that. So not directly related to the historical context of the nationalist movement. So in that case, in option 2 also, it doesn't fit. Option 1 and option 2, in both of the blanks, the sentence cannot fit. Because in option 1, so it is stated nothing but a general political strategy, right? Because the sentence indicate about nothing but a, you can say, um, specific, it introduces a specific historical context. So whereas if you talk about the first blank, this discuss general political strategy, and in blank 2 it cannot be because it makes a contradiction in nationhood and welfare, not directly related to the historical context of the nationhood movement. Now if you look at the blank 3, so where we could say that the sentence would best fit, because this blank talks about the moral underpinnings, right? Moral underpinnings of anti-colonialism and the dangers of forgetting these rules, isn't it? Uh, so the given sentence about nothing but the prime ministers, about nothing but the prime minister's speech that fits well here because it provides a historical context relevant to the moral argument. Because the prime minister began his speech with a reminder of the nationalist movement that overthrew colonial rule, and then after you, if you start, it would be a tragic mistake or contradiction to forget that the moral underpinning of anti-colonialism lay in challenging the view that the colonized deserve to be ruled because the contradiction within them do not allow for self-rule. So in that case, we can say in blank 3, the sentence should best fit, isn't it? Now, looking at the blank 4, we can say placing the sentence at the end of the passage would not fit as it would make the you can say conclusion, right? And that conclusion came abruptly, right? So without linking effectively to the preceding argument. So hence we can say uh, the given sentence best fits in blank 3, right? So which is nothing but option 3. It provides important historical context that reinforces the argument about the moral foundation of anti-colonialism discussed in the section of the paragraph. So we can say the correct answer should be option 3. I hope you understood this. That's all. Thank you.